What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the first video with our brand new microphone, so I hope that the audio is a bit better. Today we are going to be looking at the wonderful world of Dead Ops Arcade and basically just try to give you the best insight to get you from the starting room, which you can see here, to the Fates room, basically in the first wild. Now this is basically RNG based and it is all down to those lovely things called keys. Now what you're going to be basically hoping by this stage of the wild is that you have 2 keys. If you have any more than that, it is a bonus, and I would keep every single key that you do get and definitely restrict yourself to spending keys. There are some tips that I hope help along the way, including changing your camera views. Those are obviously designed to help you along the way, but for me, I've noticed a real necessity of the camera angles for just general levels and when you're in the wild trying to work out new routes and things like that, and you will see it. So you've got to round 4, completed the round, and the portal has been made. Here you are in the wild now. Straight away behind you there is a room that you can potentially go into. I always just go straight ahead, so perhaps worthwhile going back, having a wee look there. There can be an arcade machine around there as well that I've seen in other games, so just have a look. It doesn't mind to look, but see when you get to doors like this, take a gander what's inside, and it's not worth your time. Just literally avoid. There are some tips here, so you can see up in that platform there's a mech suit. It's not really worth my boost, but if you go and stand on the podium on our left here, you can see it there. Shoot towards that, it'll point you in the general direction. You can boost across and collect it. If it's a key or a tank or any other one, you will be able to be on the podium, and from there you can even try and boost into the room. You can see already that in the first stage of the wild there is so much that you can explore and do. So once you've cleared this area, bear in mind, look into trees, you'll see boxes that can potentially drop, flip your angles and stuff like that as well, and you can get keys, very much like I do. They can just appear anywhere, you will never get it fixed. So once you get through this area, you can see on the right there, now on the left, as we did that tactical flip, that is the area we are going to be going. So you can go up and do the dungeons, especially if you only have 1 key at this stage. I would go do the dungeon, have a look around and completely loot, because you never know, you might just get a key. Go in here and you are pretty restricted, but it's also quite dangerous because you have these chests, look big, bulky and full of goodies, but it's a waste of a key. We are just kind of zooming right past because it does get a bit lengthy, and hopefully I can just leave this running. So you use your first key. Now I did do a test going along to the left, and it does require another key, so you will need to find a third. If you have 3, I would recommend maybe going to the left because there's loads of goodies and bosses and things like that, but for quickness we're just flying through. We're going to go straight ahead. So here we are, going straight ahead. Now in this area you are going to be facing different bosses. Now these are bosses from levels further ahead. You can see here I'm fighting Spiky Dude. I don't know what level he is on, but my goodness, he is a tank. My biggest thing that I'm going to say throughout this is explore. You're not restricted to a time limit, and the only thing that's stopping you from exploring is yourself. The zombies are easy to kill, bosses just take a bit of time, and you can work out ways of avoiding them, but you can see the more exploring you do, you can try new things and you can pick up some nice goodies. So as I boosted across there, that would be the next stage we're going to, but I'm an explorer, you can call me Dora, but I want to go to the Nook room, and I thought this was important to show off the Nook room. So you go along to this area, you watch out the Waka, and you go into this lovely wee area. If you are in co-op, there is other things that you can do. Down there is a podium that someone would stand on, and you can get to an increased level, and there is also secret routes. So I've collected all of my yummy nooks here, and we're just going to try and move on. We're going to pass that water area, and we are going to be fighting elephants. This is where you first get cars, and there's dogs, and it's really dangerous. So you can see I've got 5 lives, and I'm hoping to keep it, but along this way you will probably get taken down by a fleeting elephant or some other crafty boss that does appear. You can see these dogs are a nightmare, so utilising that Nook room came in handy. Nooks don't really do anything for the big bosses, so I'd pretty much just bin that, and just try and get through these. If you are strictly on a timer, don't do what I'm doing and just kind of having an explore, showing off the place. Just get through it. This is where the cars would be, but I didn't have a car. Second elephant will come and you want to pass right through that. You can see in my game I've got 2 keys. That is absolutely essential because you need a key here and you do need a key further up. But the beauty of it is that this game, the more you explore, you are rewarded. So here I'm just going to do a cheeky tactic to get some bonus goodies, in which you sit in this room, you lure the elephant across and you just shoot. All you have to do is watch out for zombies and especially spiders. Spiders are probably the worst things to ever happen in the world, and they decided to bring them back in this game. So you can take a left here, that's just full of goodies and a sneaky little dog thing up there. Just bear in mind that. If you go along to the right hand side, that is where the next dungeon area is. There is one along the water as well just before you go into this area, so have a look, you can find more dungeons. I think there's 4 in the entire game, and we've just passed 3. So the last one is up at the well for the fates, and you can see I'm just collecting goodies around it and not going into it. So we dive in there, all good. Bear in mind later on in the game there is a round that's very similar, and I thought, oh look, we've got a dungeon. It's not a dungeon, it's a bad thing. At this stage, you're best just watching really. It is utilising good movement, avoiding podium traps because they do damage you if you take fall damage, and only using it when needed, and then especially using it to your advantage at the end. Now you see that I've still got 6 boosts, and here I cannot physically get across, so I'm going to use the bouncer. Keep an eye on the top left. I am 3/4 almost dead, like I have got about 1 HP, so we're just going to kind of wait it out a bit, and we have got about 1/4 health left, and we do a boost and boom, it's got us right over to the next area, avoiding all of the spicy goodies that is there, and we now have 5 keys. That's correct, 5 keys. So proceeding on, just do your thing. You can see that's the dungeon. Moving on, you will get to the spirally area, which is pretty hellish after this. This is just goodie central over here. So as you cut through this area, again the bosses is going to change. You're going to witness different zombies. You get stinky, smelly, crawly dudes. You're going to get the dead guys, the bones, and these are going to be the bane of your life. And so I would recommend that you have got yourself pretty much equipped, ready to go. A bit, you know, you've got 7 lives, like I have there, so that if you are going down, it's not all lost. Because there is tactics that can help you along this. You can pretty much just skip a full section of it, which is amazing, and I do it here. The good thing is that I show you how it can go wrong, and I highly recommend that you just trial and error, and first of all make sure you've got enough boosts. Recommend at least 3, because it's difficult. There is an obvious tactic that I've just shown there, that caddy sort of thing. If you are playing a 2-player and you're confident, you can go ahead like I'm doing here, and the other person can just wait. Once you go through, you can just bring them up if the person isn't that great and probably going to die at this stage. That is the only times I would really recommend that you run this solo, because it can get a bit hectic. This is quite recent that I've noticed that you can actually see through, so that's the fates room you're seeing, through clipping the wall, which is beautiful. It caught me off guard, so I kind of enjoyed it a bit too much, I would say. Again, now I'm on 9 lives. I am a walking cat, and I flip my angle perfectly so that when you pass this wall, see, you're just going to get caught there, and I've done it wrong, oopsie daisy. So shoot back, point the direction you want to go, and what I've done is I've went, right, okay, what did I do that time? I'll stand a bit away from it, and there we go. You get knocked up. Sometimes there's nice lives, or there's a key perhaps, but this is exactly what you want to be doing. So what you'll do at this stage is your teammate would still be down there, you would have climbed all the way around, and you're going up to the fate well, and you would bring your teammate up. So it's pretty easy if you do the tactic that you've just seen there, both of you. Really nice and quick and easy. Both of these are still together, and you can get through floors no problem. Like, I'm having to wait for these smelly dudes, and Speedy Gonzalez just appears out of nowhere. But that fate well, that blue orb, you need to pay respect to the fates. Now what that'll do is it's going to show very, very tiny distinct colours on the rock stones when you get into the fate room. It is very, very difficult to explain that in this, but basically you're looking for the one with the red stones. That is, from what I've seen online, red stones is good, but there is loads of websites. You are literally 2 seconds away from finding out that information, guys, so it's very unlikely I'm going to sit and spend time on it. But from my experience, big rock, red gems on it means that you're going to get the weapon upgrade. Medium size with blue means that you're going to get speedy feet. Those are the 2 essential, but there's websites out there that explain why you should and shouldn't use these and that, and it's really worthwhile having a look. So you've done that, you've got your teammate, you've collected, you've had a scoot about. Just bear in mind we did pass another dungeon. I got a bit of a fright here. As you can see, my counter went up to 43. Thank you again to Geeky for raiding me. You can see I am freaking out ever so slightly, and if you do ever want to join in on the fun, please check me out on twitch.tv/CobbyAyy. I did lose my train of mind quite a few times, took a few deaths. I couldn't have written it. So it's understandable when you're occupying a lot of people, you just decide to run right off the map. So bear that in mind. You can run off the map, you lose a good chunk of your health, which is the redness on your character. So hopefully these sort of tips help. So you will come towards stinky dudes and then a werewolf boss. Once you fight and destroy the werewolf boss, you will be at the fate room. You will be blocked off at the fate room. That was just poor from me there. You'll be met by this gate. You must fight the boss and defeat the boss to get through the gate. It is pretty simple to do so. The only issue is if you are playing a co-op game or with any other people, he regenerates health. You've just seen it there, and if one of you is trying to do damage for 2 people, you'll wait a while. You will be there a while. So absolutely trash him, just destroy him, get him out of the way, get yourself to the fate room and get yourself a lovely fate. Bearing in mind, guys, this is all on round number 4. It's not an incredible feat, it's not an unheard feat. There is countless videos out there. I just decided I like Dead Ops. There isn't any content yet on my stream, so here it is for you. If you do like this video and you would like me to do more, please feel free to drop a like, subscribe, come over, check me on Twitch. A massive shout out to everybody who did check me out on this stream. It was quite fun, bit scuffed, but aren't the best streams scuffed. Here we are in the Room of Fate. Now, I freaked out a bit because I couldn't find the red stone, so I don't actually walk away with it, but guys, you can pause the stream and have a look, but you can see there is distinct colourings ever so slightly on them. May take a couple of tries, as long as you have given a key to the rocks. Like the bottom one's got blue on it, and it was very difficult. It could be that on my game I never did it properly because there was chests around, being it fucking ended up buying a few chests, but as you can see, picked up Furious Feet, and that is me now going to leave this area, going to the next area, which is round number 5 with a fate, and this will just speed up your gameplay. You won't have to go into the wild 3 times, and overall it makes it a good game. You know, if 3 of you or 4 of you have got that, you can absolutely batter through rounds. But that's all from me, guys. If you've enjoyed it, please smash that like. Peace.